Yeah, really happy for our team, really excited about the way that we're playing here recently and the way, I think the biggest thing that stood out is just the way that we're playing with such great teamwork. You see multiple people in double figures. One of the most fun things about this game was the number of assists that we had and the way that we found each other. You can see that our rhythm together as a team is certainly growing. One thing we've been really proud of recently is we've really taken on the challenge of being a better rebounding team. We won the rebounds today. We won the boards. Hadley was a big part of that. She had her first double-double, and she was able to do so many things for us defensively and then come through in so many different ways offensively. Multiple players were contributing. It was a great team win. I really love our teamwork and toughness and what we displayed today. We defended without fouling, which has been a big goal for us, and so defensively I feel like we're continuing to grow as a team and do those things that are needed for us to be successful.
Safe to assume that if you shoot 73% from the three-point line the rest of the year, you'll like your chances on that?
I like those numbers for sure. I do. You know, we've always liked, you know, the shot selection that our team has. You're seeing their confidence continue to grow. One thing that I love is the way we're finding each other. So those shots become a little bit more in rhythm when you get them off of a one more pass or like a two more pass. And our entire team is doing such a great job of finding each other.
So, Hadley, you've kind of been in and out a little bit, and so it now seems like you're kind of starting to find yourself a little bit. I mean, do you feel like you're kind of getting into the rhythm of where you want to be?
Yeah, I think so. I know I had to take on a bigger role this year, just being one of the main returners from last year, and it's been tough being out, but that makes me even more eager when I get back out there and just give it my all for my team.
What has been the kind of the building process for you? Because it did seem like when you first got back, it's kind of taken you a little bit while to kind of get in a little bit into sync, and you've been more in sync the last few games. Kind of what has been that building process like for you over the last maybe 3 or 4 weeks, trying to go from zero to where you were today?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously playing more with my team helps with that flow, and we have really good relationships. So, like, our trust is really good, and just, like, that helps with the flow a lot. And obviously, the more I play, the more rhythm I'm going to have with my teammates. So it's kind of coming together.
Do you feel like, so this has kind of been a work in progress through the first part of that? I mean, do you think the work is closer?
I certainly feel like we have a team that's being more consistent in some of those critical areas what we've been trying to grow in. You know, we're defending better without fouling. We're getting rebounds. We're taking care of the ball. We're knowing where each other's going to be and finding that sync and that rhythm offensively. Are we there yet? No. It's a long season and we have a long ways to go. We know we've got some challenges up ahead of us. We want to continue to grow as a team. Am I pleased with the effort that our young women are putting in? Absolutely. I think Hadley Perryman is a great example of somebody who puts in the work every single day. You know, she's first in the gym, she's last out of the gym. You ask her to do this, she's going to go the extra mile every single time. And I think she's continuing to grow as a player. She obviously got to showcase a lot of that ability today, but I think the ceiling is higher, the peak is higher that she's going to get to, and I think it's the same for our team too.
I know we're still short of this yet, but this might be one of the last times that we get a chance to talk to you before it happens. Your conference opener is only 2 games away now. I mean, do you feel like you're getting closer to where you want to be for the 29th?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we set up a tough non-conference schedule with some challenging games and 4 teams that were in the NCAA tournament to be able to help prepare us for that conference play. We know there's a lot of parity in our league. We know that we got to show up every night and be our best and be prepared and be ready to compete. I like the growth of our team over the non-conference so far. We've got 2 more games that are going to continue to help us prepare for that. But I also think that this team is really special in the way they're connected and the way that they play for each other. And when you have that, you're going to continue to just grow and grow and grow. So I am really pleased with the growth of our team. You've been able to see it firsthand from where we were at the beginning of non-conference heading into this last part.
So, Hadley, for those of you who are back and got to experience, you know, regular season championship last year, like I said, I know there's still 2 games left. How, you know, what's been the preparation like for you for conference play, and what is the feeling of this group trying to repeat it for that in that space.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Coach said, we've had a tough non-conference schedule, and despite our record, like once we start conference, that does not matter at all. Like it's anybody's game, and so I think just kind of making sure that the team knows that, like it's not where we start, it's where we finish, and just to see the growth from our first game to now, and just continuing to grow every game, and going into conference, I feel really good about where we are right now and the growth that we can still continue to have.
At what point in time do you pay attention to the league all the time, or do you reach a certain point in the non-conference where you start paying attention to the league?
You know, I think you always pay attention to the league. One, you're rooting for your league. You know, we want everyone in our conference to be able to find success. And then there's been, you know, with the new landscape of women's basketball, there's been quite a few changes in a lot of teams all across the country. And so getting a feel and getting a rhythm for that. But that's not our focus. Our focus is our team right now and our growth for that next opponent and how we're trying to grow our team. But as a coach, you always have a vision for those championships, you know, at the end in mind. How do we grow our team to be able to compete in those? And you kind of got to know what's around you to be able to do that, but that's not our focus right now. And I really believe our team does a great job of focusing on the moments and focusing on the here and now and that next step that's in front of us. And so I love the questions that we're talking about conference, but in part of us, we're just thinking about our next game. We're just thinking about our practice this week. We're thinking about, okay, how are we going to close this game? What's that next step going to be for our team?
We scored 21 points off turnovers, and then half of that was on the fast break. Is the transition game still sort of a point of emphasis going forward as we move to conference play pretty soon?
Yeah, we want to be a team that plays fast and plays free and spaces the floor really well and is able to have an up and down game. I think if a game is in a high possession game, it favors our team quite well. I really trust our players to play with that kind of freedom right now, and you can see those decisions that they're making and the decisions that they're doing to be able to play at that up tempo. I think that is going to be a key for our team.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you.